Welcome, my students. I know you are all seniors at my high school here and going off to college soon. So today I brought in a personal friend of mine. She's an achiever, an ideationer, and an inputter to the STEM subjects. She's a feminist and has brought an equalizer in this area. To give this inspirational speech today, I welcome you, Priscilla Coleman.
I'm excited to see a room full of high schoolers today. It's an honor to be talking to you all. So, as your principal already mentioned, my name is Priscilla Coleman. Some of you might know me as the Chief STEM Motivator of WISE. So some people ask me, why don't you just call yourself President of the organization of WISE? Which, by the way, stands for Women in Science and Engineering. I always answer that just as Blake Mikoski, the chief shoe giver at Thomas, once said in his book called Start Something That Matters. An interesting title can go a long way. And this framework of interesting titles can make everyone outside the company treat everyone inside the company as they were the most important person of the company, whether they are or not. And let's get real, it's more fun than to have an interesting title. Talking about getting real, I remember once going to this skill shop called Get Real. While I was attending Valencia, actually, at first I didn't know what to expect of this skill shop. But after, it made it a bit clearer what my purpose in life is, or how to get to know what my purpose in life is. So, what your purpose in life may seem a really hard question for most people. But I remember reflecting one day on these questions. What my values are, what my interests are, and what my strengths are. Answering these questions made it clear what my purpose in life is, but I still wasn't quite sure what career I wanted to pursue. So, my purpose is to help people, animals, or the earth in general, with my creativity and my abilities. So I remember one day actually I was watching this TV show called The Interview Show. There were like interview with an engineer. So if you see right in front of your seats today, you will see a screen. On the screen, you will see the interview. Did you ever had a job as an engineer
Oh, absolutely.
before this?
Yes. I worked in engineering about 38 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
I started out with American Can. It's a company that back in the late 60s used to make packaging. Dixie cups, beer cans, all this kind of stuff.
So you make them?
No, actually the group I was in made special machines that used packaging products.
Oh,
Like one of the things we made was a cottage cheese filler. American Can would make these 16 or 32 ounce container with a lid, and they needed something that would run and put cottage cheese in it and cap it off and all the other stuff. So
you made that?
yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So what do you enjoy most about doing an engineer work or that job?
Well, any job is to make something and have it work. That's the biggest thrill I think there is. You know, we worked in machine design for a number of years. At least I did. Worked in project engineering for a number of years. So I put together machines. I put together whole assembly lines.
So now that you all finished watching that interview, I remember many years ago I watched that same specific interview and I was so inspired by it. And I thought to myself, I want to become an engineer for sure now. So at that time, I was attending Valencia College. as a freshman with general studies majors. So after that, I changed it to engineering major. So I think I went at Valencia for 2 years. I graduated in fall 2016. And after that, I went straight to UCF. So at UCF, it took also 2 years to get my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. So because I'm not a Florida resident, I had to pay an out-of-state tuition, which cost about around, I think, in all $40,000 per term. So one of my goals was always to get a master's degree in whatever major I choose. So this is why I got my master's degree after that. So many of you might ask me or ask yourself, what is electrical engineer? So electrical engineer is generally the studies and application of electronics, electricity, and electromagnetism, which basically electric engineers deals with development, test, and manufacturing of electronics, everything to do with those things, such as radar, navigation system, power generation equipment, and so on. So, if you have in mind, or if you're thinking about the possibility of choosing engineering as a possible major, some good job skills to have is to be creative, to be investigative, and to be a critical thinker. So let's get back to college in general, since most of you here are planning to go into college after this. Actually, I just heard from your principal that most of you are planning on going to Valencia College after this. That's really fun. So, yeah, how to survive your college? You survive by making the best out of your college. Many people might ask, how do you do this? So here's some tips on how to do this. Firstly, make the best out of learning resources provided by the college. For example, I remember Valencia College had different types of learning resources. For example, they had this place called SPA. So, what does seem a very odd name to have? It actually means Specialized Preparatory Area. It's an area designed to help math students from developmental math 1 up to intermediate algebra. Secondly, how to act in college is very important. For example, you cannot email your professor informally or just put your name in the email and that's it. Why, you may ask? Well, these professors have many students which may have same name, or they have so many names to remember they cannot specifically remember your name or where you are. So you have to put much more than just your name in the email. Thirdly, in college, you will most likely make a lot of personal connection with people. And some of them might even be beneficial for your future. But you have to know how to act as a civil being. So how do you act as a civil being, you might ask? Well, acting as a civil being can be just as simple as putting your shopping cart in the shopping cart area. That easy. So lastly, if you can manage your time, oh, you're golden. Do not procrastinate. I remember I had a problem with procrastination actually. And I improved that because I had a checklist and I always remember the same. If you can do it, get it done now, why wait? So In conclusion, while college might seem an emotional roller coaster ride, nothing worth it comes easy. So enjoy your time there. And maybe even you start something that matters. Thank you all.